All right, well, hello, here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark the centers of this, just making a diagonal cross at the center. So again, line it up at the ends, little pencil mark. We do that to the other side. And what we have is an approximate center there, okay? Next thing, we got to find one of our center punch live centers. Actually, this is the drive center. And all we're going to do is just take a little mallet. I don't know if you can see that down there, but basically I'm just going to mark the center. On one end, just enough of a dimple. And then on the other end, we're going to hammer that home a little bit farther so that it gets down to the teeth. Okay, right there. All right, so I know, high quality video entertainment here. Now it's time to set up our lathe, get this out of the way, slide so I'm lining up the live center, or the drive center, and then I just slide the live center over. I go ahead and lock this. Now you can't see, but there's a big lever down here. Big lever down here. We lock that good and tight. And now, yes, I'm a one-man video crew. And now we tighten it down a little bit. Tighten it down until it's got enough pressure it's not going anywhere. Okay. All right. So now it's time to turn, and I want to make sure and set up a couple things. First off, as I rotate this, I make sure my rest isn't going to get hit by it. Okay. And then I want to bring my rest up to where the big spindle roughing gouge, right, when I'm cutting, is about wherever it's touching the cut is about centered up. All right, so I put that down. As I'm doing that, I'm making sure to look through the machine to the bottom edge down here, that it's parallel to that bottom edge. And it is. I lock it tight. I make sure it's clear. And so now it's time to turn on the machine. We're going to be going at about 1800 RPM to start, 1500 to 1800 RPM to start. Safety glasses on, here we go. We're going to rough this thing down to center, or to circle. Yeah, here we go. Make sure no vibrations as you turn it up to speed. No vibrations in this smaller piece. So there's about 1800, 1900. And so again, anchor to the rest, anchor the tool to the rest, and then I'm going to touch the bevel, right? Touch the bevel, and then I'm going to start raising the tool until it starts cutting. Once it starts cutting, I move my hand along the rest and rounding this down. Only cut as fast as you can feel it needs to. Always starting from the bigger end to the smaller end, and I just keep working my way down. If it doesn't want to move, that means it took too big a cut. And then here at the end, I'm going to go the other direction. Being careful that my live center isn't anywhere close. Okay, now let's just round this thing out. Evening it up now. Now those were all pretty heavy cuts. Now I'm going to take a little lighter cut with this. Okay, so now a quick way to see if we've gotten all the way around. Just hold this on it. Sounds like we've gotten pretty close to round on this. So we might have one flat spot. Nope, we're down to round. Perfect. So now we're roughed out down to round. We can now put the spindle roughing gouge away. And personally, I then go to the skew. The skew's the sharp edge here. And what we're going to do on this one, we're going to take just really quickly a light touch. And so you're going to anchor the tool. I'm going to touch the bevel down, and then I'm going to slowly raise the edge of the tool. Now, this one likes to catch until this bottom edge is cutting. Same speed. If you want to bring it up a little bit now, you can. You can go up to 2,000. This one takes a little more concentration. So anchor, bevel. I start rotating it up. You get my cutting edge. And it tapers out just a little down here at the end, so I'm going to cut just a little heavier down here, you're going to see. There you go. And then we'll finish off the side. Anchor, bevel, cut. Now what that did is it should have made it nice and smooth, or much smoother than it was, and it has. And so now we're going to use that same tool to do some measurements. So we're going to go about half the tool in, put a pencil mark, and then I'm going to go the full width of the tool and continue putting pencil marks all the way across. Okay, so in this case on a full length, and you can see it comes down to the very end here. I'm going to make this last one smaller, and you'll see why here in a second. So that means I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sections. Now once I start this back up, I'm going to use this same skew. I'm going to use the point of the skew here to make my marks. And so with the point of the skew pointing down, I kind of lift the handle or drop the handle down into it as I push in. Okay, now I'm going to put that tool away for a second, and I'm going to get my parting tool. Parting tool is the one that looks like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, again, anchor, bevel, and cut. And I'm going to cut down a ways, and then I'm going to start moving back and forth. On this live center end, you can see I can take it down quite a ways. So that's the live center in, take it about down that far. Now on this drive center, here's the thing you want to make sure and do. You don't want to hit the drive center. So I'm only going to take it down a little bit here, and then a little bit more. And you're going to see what we're going to do with that later on. I'm going to take just a little bit more of this. Okay, so now back to the skew. So on the skew, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to make each of these lines a little more of a groove. So I'm always going to work on the left side of each what's going to become a bead. I'm going to take the point and just put it straight in, moving towards the center each time. Take just little cuts each time. Okay, go to the next one. Okay, on to the next. Now I could be taking a little cleaner cuts, but trying to rush through this a little bit. Okay, now I come back to the right. Clean out all the way to the center. Now this is where I don't mind going back and forth a little bit. Help clean things up a little. Okay. Last two. And last one. Okay, so now what we're going to go to is the 1/2 inch detail gouge. The 1/2 inch detail gouge. It looks very similar to a bowl gouge. The bowl gouge, the difference you will see is on the ends of it, right? Bowl gouge has a very deep flute. The detail gouge does not. Detail gouge is used for spindle turning, where the bowl gouge is for basically everything else. Should have a good sharp tool. And so here's what we're going to do. Same type thing, anchor bevel rest. But before we do that, what we want to do is take our pencil. Yes, with it rotating, we're going to put it underneath. We're going to mark approximate centers of each of these. Notice I said approximate. This is practice work. It doesn't matter as much. What that gives us is our center mark where we're going to work our bead to. And so here's what we're going to do. Anchor bevel rest. We're going to bevel about the center point. We're going to rotate our hand. I'm going to bring my hand out this way a little bit so you can see the hand just a little bit. So I'm going to rotate my hand. I'm going to use the right side of them. So I'm going to rotate my hand down. And as I do that, I'll bring the tool up and out just a little bit to make this round. And so it goes something like this. I'm going to do the right side each time. Again, not perfect. But we'll get there, right? Now, lighter touch, finer cut. We go through each one of these. As you practice, the goal is to get these all to look the same. Lighter, again, the lighter the touch, the better the cut will be. And then the final one's just a little round over, and we do the same thing. Now, here's where I was going to say, we're going to light touch this, and we're going to round out that base. Do a little detail work on it. Okay. So now we go the other direction, and so now my hand's going to start underneath and rotate up each time. So starting underneath, rotating to grip, and so anchor bevel cut. And now what we're trying to do is make the bead on the left side look the same as the right. We do that all the way along. If I see again, as I'm going, if I see that one that needs fixed, I'll go ahead and fix it. Oh, brush in there, probably got a little catch on this side that I'll have to clean up a little now.